Important, image. What is it about this image that the Holy Father says captures the whole Paschal mystery? Well, let's look at this. Everything's in there. First of all, his hand is raised, right hand, in the form of a blessing. You are receiving the blessing of Christ when you come before this image, not to worship the paint or the frame. It's to worship what it represents. Jesus, the divine mercy. When you go before it, and listen to what Jesus says about the image in paragraph 48. I promise that the soul that will venerate this image will never perish. I also promise victory over its enemies already here on earth, especially at the hour of death. I myself will defend it as my own glory. There's power in this image. Our seminarians, in part, and some of our employees, make these beautiful canvas images you can see at the Shrine of Divine Mercy up in Stockbridge. We have gotten stories back about these images that you won't believe. I wish I had time to tell them all. I'll tell you one. It's on our website. Guy wrote us from Long Island during Hurricane Sandy. Hurricane was whipping up the coast. He ran out the door, lifted the image of Divine Mercy, consecrated his house to it, put it up, left. They were evacuating. A week later, they all came back. Everybody else's house was trashed, windows blown out, trees falling through, houses flooded. His house untouched. Untouched. Now, it doesn't mean this is a rabbit's foot or a magic wand. Please don't treat it like that. What it is what it represents. That's what it is. We don't worship this image as itself. In and of itself, we image who it is. That's the important thing. The image is caught. Now, let's go around it. What is Christ wearing? He's wearing what looks like a Catholic priest's alb, right? He's the new high priest. I desire mercy, not sacrifice, but he comes in and he offers himself as the sacrifice. He doesn't desire the sacrifice of the bulls and the sheep and the goats anymore. He is the sacrifice. He's the new high priest, who's both the victim or the sacrificed and the sacrificer. It's beautiful. Now he's opening up his heart. You see the rays of red and white. What is in the rays of red and white? I'll ask you. What is Satan's only two tools? Satan only has two tools, and he uses them on us every day. Sin and death. What wipes away sin? The cleansing waters of baptism and confession. That's what the white ray is. The pale one. Baptism, waters of baptism and confession. Wipes away sin. What is death wiped away by? Life. What is life to the Jews? Blood. This is the precious blood. The rays here capture what our Lord's merciful love gives to us to conquer Satan's hold on us. Sin and death are his only two holds on it. Red, the blood wipes away. It's life to the Jews. That's why they eat kosher food. They believe blood is the life of the being. It wipes out death. Cleansing waters of baptism and confession wipe out sin. This is what it's all about. And it comes from his heart. Why not his side? We read in the Bible, Jesus was speared and came out the side. Again, Dr. Robert Stackwell talks about this. You know, the Romans knew exactly where to spear an enemy. They could go right through their chest cavity and puncture the heart. The blood in the water comes from the heart. It flowed out the side, but comes from the heart. On the shroud, you know, they found blood and water near the heart. This is a reality. You know, the Sacred Heart here is fulfilled. The Sacred Heart message is fulfilled. Because you see, what is divine mercy? Divine mercy is a particular mode of love that when love encounters suffering, it takes action to do something about it. It doesn't just sit by and not say anything. Now, would you believe that your best friend loved you if you said, you know what, I'm stuck on the corner of I-95 and my truck broke down and I can't get out of here and I'm going to get run over. Yeah, but you know what? The Red Wings from Detroit are playing tonight in the hockey game. Sorry, busy. No, you got to put your love into action. In the Sacred Heart devotion, God reemphasizes He is love, but in divine mercy, it's love in action. John Paul II said, love's second name. Mercy is love's second name. It's love in action. And this is what it is. This is why works are important. And we Catholics understand that. Don't run away when you get cornered and somebody says Romans 3:28. You Catholics are not biblical. Romans 3:28 says, you are saved by faith alone and not by works. That there you are. And you Catholics are like me. When I was growing up, I said, dang, how do I defend that? The problem is, that's not what it says. Romans 3:28 says you are saved by faith. It doesn't say alone. Martin Luther added that word. And secondly, it says works of the law. That's what doesn't save you. Washing 7 hands, your hands 7 times isn't going to save you. Not eating pork or being circumcised is not going to save you. But what does save you is the works of love. So when we Catholics say works, we're not talking about works of the law. We're talking about works of love. That's the basis of our faith. That is what divine mercy is, love in action. That's what it's in. Now, the Sacred Heart teaches us that. God is love, and then divine mercy puts it into action. So you see, this is what it is in the Sacred Heart. Now, what about the other thing, the left foot? You ever notice on every image of divine mercy, the left foot is stepping forward? What is significant about that? Because in the Sacred Heart devotion, Jesus said to St. Margaret Mary Alacoque, which, by the way, he first appeared to her in 1673, the exact same time our religious community was founded in Poland. Coincidence? No way. God influence. Now, the left foot is coming forward because Jesus is showing us. He's coming to us. One last ditch effort. He says it's our last hope of salvation. This is what it's all about. So he's coming to us. Now, that's what makes our God different than any other God. In the religion, which Islam is not a religion, by the way, Islam is a political ideology. It is not a religion. Religions are spread through missionary work and love and missionary ministry. Islam has been spread by the sword. It's not a religion, according to my teacher that I had in Islam class. It's a political ideology. This is the difference. This is the difference. In divine mercy, our God is so loving that he would condescend to come down and become one of us. No other religion has that. Every other religion, God is a disciplinarian in Islam. He's an ogre. He's not like this, who would condescend to come down and become one of us, to be food for us, that we could eat him and become part of it. So God is coming forward. Now what about Jesus, I trust in you? This is important. You know, it's easier to say than it is to live. I had a catechism class in 7th grade. I was teaching 7th grade catechism, and I broke them into groups and asked them, hey, what does Jesus, I trust in you mean? So they broke up into little groups, and little Madison stands up. She wouldn't look at me, and she says, Jesus, I trust in you means you know God is God and you are not. That's the best theological explanation I have ever heard. The whole Paschal mystery is here. The Ascension, Christ raised his hand before he ascended. Easter, or Good Friday, the crucifixion. Easter Sunday, his resurrection. Pentecost, the church born of blood and water. It's all here in the Paschal mystery. Beautiful.